What's up, guys? Welcome back to Roode Wrestling. My name is Safe.
And I'm Massa.
And today we have another edition of Views from Roode, and we're going to be talking about the latest edition of Raw, which is the first part of the Superstar Shakeup. The second part is obviously tonight on SmackDown. There's been a lot of moves from SmackDown to Raw, which we will get into. But as usual, we have our 3 talking points, and we're going to start off with the opening segment/match, which was pretty eventful. Kurt Angle started off in the ring. And then Jinder Mahal actually interrupted him, so that's your first trade or shakeup.
And you can count, I think it's Sunil Singh as well. So.
The Singh brothers are obviously going to follow Jinder. Jinder comes out, U.S. Championship and all, so that probably means that we're going to see the IC title on SmackDown tonight. So they're probably going to move Seth Rollins to SmackDown. If they don't, then I'm not really sure what the plan is. But Jinder comes out, starts kind of talking trash to Kurt. Kurt announces that he's going to have a match up next, and who comes out to greet him? Jeff Hardy. What do you actually think of this match, and what do you think of actually Jeff Hardy winning this title?
I thought as a match itself, it was actually really good, and I was really surprised that Jeff Hardy was going to win. I didn't think that Jeff Hardy was going to lose. I thought it might have been like a non-clean victory for Jinder with the Singh brothers.
Yeah, I think we need a good U.S. title run because it hasn't been like the IC Championship. Right. I don't remember the last really good U.S. title reign. Maybe it was like Cena from a few years ago. But having Jeff Hardy win, I think, was a good option. I expected Jinder to hold it for a little bit longer. Right. I know Jinder has a match against Jeff Hardy now at the Greatest Royal Rumble. But also Randy Orton has his rematch at Backlash, so they could possibly turn it into a triple threat. And if Randy wins the U.S. title back there, he'll probably just go to Raw. That's what they did last year with Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho. They both went against each other when Kevin Owens moved to SmackDown, and Jericho actually ended up winning the title back at, I believe, Payback, and he actually followed and went to SmackDown. So they could do that, but I don't see Jeff Hardy losing it.
Yeah, but there's also a chance that Jeff Hardy might go to SmackDown. Like there's still that possibility they might keep the championships, but I doubt that because we now know that Miz is also going to SmackDown, which leads us to our next point. It starts off in this whole Miz TV segment. Of course, the Miz and the Miztourage, and they bring in their next Superstar Shakeup guest or guests, and we have Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. And these guys are absolute gold, playing all best friends, and it was a great, just like 5.
There was like a comical group hug at the beginning of it with all 5 of them. Which I thought,
But then we have Kurt Angle's like, wait, I never signed you guys. And then we have Sami Zayn also, again, hilarious, read out a letter saying, from Stephanie McMahon saying, you know what, I like these guys, they're coming to Raw. So I thought that, that was just a good segment. And then we have, Kurt's like, okay, well, The Miz, you're going to SmackDown, and the Miztourage is staying on Raw, which kind of leads me to believe what's going to happen to the Miztourage. Are they going to stay the Miztourage or just get like Entourage or something like that?
I don't know what they're going to be, but I hope they're actually still used. I mean, you could see what the Miz has done for them. I mean, they're in the main event later tonight, which we'll actually talk about. And then they're constantly in the main event or constantly in a featured role. Sure, it might not be in a role where they're tag champions or they're champions in any way, but at the same time, it's still TV exposure. I hope they still can get that TV exposure on Raw
because they're still talented.
Exactly, and you could probably give them a tag team run. I'm not saying make them champions, but at least put them in the conversation. But now there's a lot of tag teams on Raw, so I don't know. I hope they don't just get lost in the shuffle. But which leads us to actually the main event, which was a 5-on-5, a huge 10-man tag, which included obviously the Miztourage and the Miz teaming up with Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, going against the team of babyfaces, which was Braun Strowman, Finn Balor, Seth Rollins, the debuting Bobby Lashley, and there was a 5th mystery partner who is Bobby Roode. I kind of felt like that was an anticlimactic. They really built it up to be like something special, and I'm not saying Bobby Roode isn't something special, but babyface Bobby Roode has done nothing for him.
He's very bland, and I feel like any other babyface, I really want him to turn heel, and I feel like the cherry on top would have been if he actually turned on his group of babyfaces, which didn't happen. But as a match itself, what did you think?
I thought it was a good match. You could just tell how over Braun Strowman is.
Right.
They were chanting, "We want Braun." And when he came in, he got a huge pop. Bobby Lashley, on the other hand, maybe it's going to take a little bit more time for him because a lot of the casual audience don't remember him. I mean, he hasn't been in the WWE for probably 10 years, I believe. So a lot of the hardcore fans know him, obviously, because he wrestled at Impact. But it's going to take a little bit of time, but I think Bobby Lashley could be something big. But Braun Strowman, I think in the next few months, he has to get a world title run. So hopefully that happens. The Miztourage actually turned their back on The Miz here, leaving him out to dry when he was going to tag one of them. Hopefully that means something for them.
Right.
Because I really like these two guys, and I think they've done excellent in their role. And I think this whole 9-month run with The Miz was excellent. But our last talking point has to do with Dolph Ziggler, who came out on Raw. Another guy from the Superstar Shakeup, which we'll get to. There was like 100.
Right.
But Ziggler comes out on Raw. At first, I was like, who cares?
Right, I didn't really care. Yeah, it's Dolph Ziggler.
Titus Worldwide comes out. Titus starts to convince Dolph that he should join Titus Worldwide. And Dolph says he rejects the offer, and he says he's not alone. And then we see Drew McIntyre come in. Now, what do you think of them pulling the trigger on Drew McIntyre and putting him up to the main roster and this whole alliance with Dolph?
See, I really was excited to see Drew McIntyre. Like, before this segment, I really wanted him to come. I was hoping for him maybe on SmackDown because Raw is like really packed at this moment. But the fact that, one, he's heel, two, he's with Dolph, like, that is purgatory. He's what they call him is the heat killer. He's not gonna do anything for Drew McIntyre. Who are you elevating here? Are you elevating Drew McIntyre or Dolph Ziggler? I don't think that Drew McIntyre needs this. I feel like he would work better as a singles competitor because they might have like a tag team going on, which is kind of weird because there's a bajillion tag teams now on Raw. Yeah, why is he with Dolph Ziggler? Like, who booked this?
I don't mind him being a heel. Drew McIntyre could play any role. That's not the problem that I have. The problem I have that he's being aligned with Dolph, who I know a lot of people are really excited for this, and a lot of people are big fans of Dolph. Me personally, I'm not. Yeah. And at the same time, like you said, who are they trying to elevate? Drew McIntyre was NXT champion. I thought he was, at least going to be in the mid-card, fighting for the mid-card title, not being put in the tag team division, if that's what they're going to do. What did you think of Raw overall, and what did you think of all the moves that came to Raw? I
thought there was a crap ton of moves. There's just so many people now, and I know people are going to move back to SmackDown, or they're of course going to shake it up, but I feel like now they're just switching rosters. Like, the point of a Superstar Shakeup is to shake up just a little bit so we have new feuds.
Superstar Shakeup should be maybe 5-6 moves. I don't remember it being this crazy last year, but altogether I think 19 people or 18 people came from SmackDown to Raw. That's ridiculous. You're literally just switching the rosters at that point. So, like you said, there's going to be nothing fresh, no new feuds. I really hope SmackDown, we're going to actually have to just see at the end of it, like, what the rosters are. I don't know, but I think we're going to probably see around 10 to 15 moves tonight, which honestly, that's my main complaint with this. What's the point of a Superstar Shakeup if you're just going to trade the rosters? But anyways, tell us what you guys thought of the whole first part of the Superstar Shakeup and Raw in total. I actually thought Raw was still pretty fun.
Right, yeah.
But
of course.
There was still some filler stuff. But yeah, tell us what you guys thought of Raw in the comment section below.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Rosie Wrestling. And also press that little bell. I know that if you don't press it, you probably won't actually get notifications to see our videos. So don't forget to check that little notification bell. And we'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.